Hello again. Welcome back to your 5-minute devotional stop with me, Amy Phillips. I'm on a journey moving from fear to faith, and I hope you'll join me for Just Believe. Years ago, my husband and I first listened to Danny Silk's material, Loving Your Kids on Purpose. It totally rocked our parenting first, which we really needed, and then it rocked all of our relationships. He talked about us having a garden. So our heart, our life, our safe place being that garden. Think of a box right in front of your chest. This is where we've planted beautiful things and they're growing and we're tending them. And then we have these children, like huge deer, that come and break down the wall of our garden. Maybe they jump over and they start tearing out all that work we've done and we freak out. My wall! What I just planted? No! And we're completely upset in our peace and we often lose control. Well, it turns out it's not just our children who do this. Lots of people will attempt to jump our wall and get into our garden. And it was such a helpful picture for me in parenting. We'd be driving together to family and one child would be arguing with me about something and my husband would lean over and say, "He's totally in your garden right now." And I'd be like, "Dang it, you're right. I need to close up that breach. I need to remain at peace in my safe place. This is my garden. This is my place where I'm growing with Jesus." More on how to do that with children maybe at a later time, but I highly recommend Loving Your Kids on Purpose. But this week I was realizing this place of peace, this place where nothing can touch us, is what God has called us to from the beginning, to abide in Him. So much so that the shalom of God, the peace of God surrounds us and we stay there no matter what circumstances are swirling around us. Psalm 91 says, "If you say, 'The Lord is my refuge,' and you make the Most High your dwelling, no harm will overtake you, no disaster will come near your tent." So if you make Him your dwelling, your home, no harm or disaster will come near. Then Jesus follows that up in the New Testament with the "remain in me, and I will remain in you." In John 15, we talked about a couple weeks ago. Other translations say, "Abide in me, and I will abide in you." This is what God has been calling us to through the centuries, to abide in Him, to dwell with Him. More of Psalm 91 says, "Whoever dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God in whom I trust." If we dwell in Him, these are the things He'll do. He says, surely He will save you, cover you, protect you. It doesn't say there won't be things trying to steal your peace and jump over your walls. It doesn't say that there'll never be heartache or hard situations, but He says there's a place, the abiding place, the place of shalom where nothing can touch you. Now, this isn't easy. It takes practice, just like hearing God's voice or walking in our authority. We have to practice keeping our eyes on Jesus, abiding in Him when the hard places come, closing up the breaches in our walls when someone has blown it open. This is a place where we're to live and remain in Jesus, and nothing can move us from our eyes being fixed on Him. In that place is true shalom. Now, the actual definition of shalom is so much more layered than just the word peace. It actually means peace, harmony, wholeness, completeness, prosperity, welfare, and tranquility. Isaiah 53:5 says of Jesus, it says, "He was pierced for our transgressions. He was crushed for our iniquities. The punishment that brought us peace was on Him, and by His wounds we are healed." That word peace, the punishment that brought us peace, that brought us shalom, was on Him. So what He did in dying for us has brought us peace, wholeness, completeness, welfare. He made a way for us to abide in Him here and now, not just in eternity. So I encourage you, friends, today to take that time to allow Psalm 91 to become your guide. He wants you to remain in Him. He's invited you to abide in Him. He is moving on your behalf as you stay at peace in the garden of your heart. So, who's in your garden today that you need to remove? What opinions of others or actions of others are allowing an upset of your peace? I'm leaning over to you today and saying, they're totally in your garden. get back to that place of abiding. Do not fear. Your God is so for you. Just believe. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you feel encouraged and strengthened. If you want to connect with me, you can find me at amybphillips.com. See you next time.